what's up? Welcome back to this new video, and this is basically part 2. This shit is very complicated. The language used is very standard from where I'm studying. Okay. Anyway, computer organization and architecture, basics of computer architecture. Definition: it is a design of computers including instruction sets. Definition of computer organization architecture. What is the definition of computer architecture? What is the definition? As even before moving to with this, at the end I have prepared whatever I studied at the last lecture. As I told, I promised I'll revise it, so it is here. Everything we'll go through that, but right now let's focus on this. What is the definition of computer architecture? It's basically the design of computers, including their instruction sets and hardware components and system organization. So many stuffs. All these stuffs for prodigies. We'll learn about crazy prodigies we know and everything but later. Right now is two parts. Computer architecture includes, what is computer architecture? Basically the design of computers. They include mainly two things, that is instruction sets architecture and hardware system architecture. Hardware and system architecture. In short, we say ISA and HSA. ISA for instruction set architecture and hardware system architecture. Okay. For example, x is equals to 2 plus 3 can be implemented by all different ways. Okay. All these different ways. For example, someone selected this one. Move R1 O2 H, move R2 O3 H, add R1 R2, store X R1. So if we selected this one, I don't know what does it mean, like we use this one, but these are like instruction set architecture, like you know like how the how do I say this, it's more like uh, how the machine language will interact with the hardware. It's like that. Okay, how the machine language will interact with the hardware. It's called ISA. We can even get deeper in that. Let me just chat GPT this shit. What is instruction? What is that? Instruction set architecture. And instruction set is an abstract interface between hardware and software. Defines a set of instructions that processor can execute along with the hardware supported data type registers. Okay, this is weird. I didn't want that much of information. Anyway, what the heck happened? Yeah, so we selected this move R1. This part we selected. Basically, it's a software and hardware, like, yeah, basically what software approach you will take, what machine level language you'll use to interact your hardwares to get your uh, you know get your thing across, get your work done. So instruction set architecture, so we have used this. So as you can see, what are the at the very beginning only we studied there are two parts, right? Something is architecture and the other thing is what the fuck was the other thing? I forgot. The other thing was organization. The hardware what? The structured relationship. So we have this design ready. Like we'll be using this and doing that. We have the ISA ready. So one can say, okay, there is one R1 used and there was an R2, memory used, registers used. Okay, and there is one adder. There is one adder used, and that's how we will actually you know implement this. So basically, it is said that mm, um, okay, let me just come here and just tell you what I mean. Basically, architecture and organization influence each other. Okay, um, not directly but indirectly influence each other, and organization deals with more structural things and architecture deals with the design. So basically, realization of the design, that is an architecture, in structural form is basically organization. Kind of makes sense, right? I know. So hardware system architecture. This comes under hardware system architecture. Two parts were there of an architecture. The second part is hardware system architecture, SHA. So that's all. So history is like Charles Babbage and Ada Lovelace. Both worked on analytical engine this system. And Lovelace, I don't know how do I say her name, but the thing is, she proposed the idea of having a computer language to interact with the machine. Charles Babbage, basically, they worked together to make this shit work. The modern supercomputers are kind of actually based on this analytical engine. Okay, second is Alan Turing and John von Neumann. They both were like prodigies and shit, I guess. I don't know much about them, but we are gonna focus on this genius. He was a child prodigy. He could do 10 digits divided by 10 digits kind of shit in his head in fraction of seconds, something something. And he was the one who proposed this architecture you see on the interface. This is called Jon von Neumann architecture. Yeah, von Neumann architecture. So yeah, like yeah. So system bus will connect all these three peripherals, my main memory, registers, arithmetic logic unit, TCUs, time and control unit, and we'll have an interface to connect all those together. Okay, so Professor Brazelford. Oh god. I'm not kidding. I was had too much of information to consume from this video. Okay, anyway, so basically these are the fathers. So this Charles Babbage was the tree for our computers, modern computers. Then the lady, what was her name? Ada Lovelace and Tuning and von Leeuwenhoek are basically the branches. It makes sense, right? This makes sense, right? It does. It does. So that's all for the video, and let's just quickly revise what we have studied tomorrow, yesterday, and by tomorrow when I'll restart again, I'll actually have to go through all of this. I'll have to actually um, add more notes in here. So anyway, architecture versus organization. Architecture deals with the behavioral function or the design, and organization deals with the structural relationship between different components of a computer. A circuit to add 2 bits is just like we can implement this using half add. We can implement this using half adder, that is 0 plus 0, off plus off, let's say, gonna give us 0 0, and the carry and sum is both 0 here, and 0 plus 1 will give 0 1. So the carry is 0, but the sum is 1. 1 plus 0, what is the sum? Sum is 1. And how much carry? 0. 1 plus 1? Okay, 1 plus 1 is kind of tricky. 1 plus 1 is 2, but we do not have anything to represent that, so we'll just carry that 1 and we'll just leave 0. So carry is 1 and sum is 0. Like that. The parts of CPU are registers, ALU, arithmetic logic unit, and time control unit, and interface. That's all for the video, I guess. I'll catch you up later. Take care. Be safe. Keep DSA. Keep learning. I have to again by tomorrow if I come here. I have to write whatever we have studied.